Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be talking about the Q5 or 10.0 Menace. Now, this thing carries two magics, which are really flare resistant. It also has flares and chaff. It comes with a better NR30. The thing is able to super cruise, so needless to say, this thing is a menace. Alright, so the Q5/A5 Pakistani Pukachev 360 Cobra, the Chinese tech tree. So, it's great. And they do have the J7 at the end of the line, so it is worth it. Also, you're guaranteed almost 2 kills since you have 2 magics at 10.0, and you get down to the lot with aircraft that don't have flares, so it's just unfair. Also, the guns are absolutely amazing because they're faster firing NR30s, and that helps a lot. Also, the teamwork. It's just great, except that. It's amazing. I mean, you could keep up with the aircraft that you're fighting too, including the J35, the MF, and other aircraft like that. You can keep up with them pretty well.
You are fake news.
But yeah, I mean, it can even chase down F104s, which is pretty neat, since those things are notorious for running away. But you can see here, this F5 is pretty much screwed. I am above them. But one thing is, the F5 has a ridiculous flight model coupled with my aim, so I had to wait till he hit the ground. But still, he died, and you can see they work. I was using lower caliber or a lower velocity or fire rate, I probably would have lost that kill. It's actually pretty good at defensive flying too. You can see there's an F5 on my 6. If you just roll as usual, you'll overshoot you, and you'll do the thing and win. Everyone will be happy, unless your teammate shoots you down. Sort of like the AIM-9Js, I would suggest doing vertical shots, especially since this has an air spawn and could climb quite high very quickly in the match. And you could get those, 90-degree shots off while people don't notice. Also, you could die and, kill them. That works.
Bobucks, got any? Nope, just 10k GE. So pennies, got it. Yeah, I need some Bobucks, not coins.
It's really good because you could just go into a match, go to space, visit the ISS, and then dive on your targets, like this Mirage, this poor Mirage without flares, and just fox tomb with magics. You could kill them with their own weapons. It's like fighting fire with fire, and it works perfectly since they don't have flares. It's just great. It's also bullying. This F4 tried to, he tried to get on my 6. He did succeed in that, and he succeeds in hitting me too, but that's besides the point. The point is, I didn't die, and I'm outmaneuvering him, but I mean, I guess that's a given. That's one thing about this aircraft. It doesn't maneuver the best, even compared to a MiG-19, so you really have to use your energy to take advantage of the situation. Luckily, I had a teammate there to kill him, but yeah, it's a neat fighter. It's a weird fighter. It's an energy fighter, primarily. You can see here, too, that I go high, I fox 2, and I know it's going to hit, so I just veer off the target. Pointless on staying on it. Gotta go find more dinner. Although this match, I didn't get too much kills. I think that might have been my only kill. And this F104 is trying to get up. He's trying to get some shots off here, but luckily this thing does pull better than an F104. Pop the brakes, slow down, you can actually get some AOA. But it's nothing to write home about. But you can see an A-5C killed him, then another A-5C comes out of nowhere and kills this guy. So these things are everywhere. It's great. It's instant wins. I mean, if there's one lesson I need to tell you guys, it's just to keep your energy as much as possible. Don't go for those maneuver fights. You can see here, I just slot in behind them all, kill the Jaguar, but this Yak 38 sadly kills himself, so I couldn't kill him. But you could get in some good situations. Right here, I just bleed this J35 altitude-wise, and then this thing has flares too, so it's not like his missiles are going to get me or anything, because, you just cut the engine, dump a couple flares, you should be fine. And the J-35 stalls pretty badly, especially if it's maneuvering. You can just keep doing energy fights with aircraft such as that. Really, any aircraft that it's BR, I'd say if it gets up tiered, then, you know, be careful. But you got MiG-19s behind you, you got J-35s, stuff like that. Yeah, you're probably going to outclimb it. This same match, it was, I think it was a 1v3. I was the last person on the team, and I managed to survive a very, very long time. To the end, in fact, I killed everyone, because this thing, you could just energy fight everybody so hard. I'm not sure if it's statistically, like if the performance or flight model in real life is like this, or if it's just one of Gaijin's typical buff your premium, and then, you know, a couple days later nerf it. I don't know if it'll stay like this, so keep that in mind. But, I mean, right now, it's great. You could just go for energy fights. I mean, you can see this in MiG-19, and we just keep going into the energy fight, and we're going head on, and I managed to kill him, luckily. But that was really anyone's game. I mean, it's a head-on. Come on. Eventually, that MiG-19 dies, but then the J-35 comes back into the fight after I kill the MiG-19, basically. And he tries to Fox 2 me, but this thing has flares that work relatively well. Plus, those are kind of crappy missiles on the J-35A. So you can see I just go for the climb, he stalls out, now he's low, and I'm above him with magics. And, I mean, you could kind of see what's going to happen. I mean, he's basically dead. There's nothing he could do. But after this, I have to find the last player, which is an Su-7, which should, on paper, be an easy target, but it's not. This guy is, like, pulling out every card he has. I go for the vertical, he goes for the vertical, I start stalling, he starts popping off shots that actually get very close, and, this guy must play the Su-7 religiously, because he was actually doing pretty well. He knows his aircraft. Then the fight just results in 2 circles, 1 circles, climbing back up again, rate fights, all that. We did everything, and he still would not die. He just kept going. And props to him. I mean, this is a premium A5 with magics, and he's lasted this long. But, I mean, eventually, things just do not go in his favor. I mean, this is a more maneuverable fighter after all. Even though it is less maneuverable than the MiG-19, it's still maneuverable enough to outmaneuver an Su-7. And right here, I screw up my shots because I'm the best aimer of 2025. So, of course, my shots were to miss because the sun and the reflection and the fish's skin reflection off the moonlight, it was too much. It was blinding me. So, you know, I couldn't get those shots there, obviously, so I had to, you know, figure something out. I was 12 rounds in the freaking jet, so had to use my missile. I only have 1 more, but it's a magic. These things always hit, like 9 times out of 10. So in order to do that, we have to climb and get him to stall so he could go down, and so I could dive on him, do a hammerhead, and get a shot, which ends up working. You could see that he just can't keep up with it. This thing is pretty good climb, and it's good at altitude, so he just can't keep up with it. I get a lock and Fox 2. And I mean, there's nothing you can really do with an Su-7. I mean, maybe you could turn off your engine, but still, it's a magic. It's going to hit. If you're thinking about farming China, this is definitely better than getting one of their premium props. It's not a Harrier GR1 or anything, but it definitely gets the job done. But yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe.